So today is the 12th day of Christmas, which aside from me expecting Kalen to give me 12 drummers drumming, that means tomorrow is Epiphany, which kicks off a new season of the Christian calendar that runs until Lent in March. And in my opinion, Epiphany is an underrated holiday. The word epiphany means shining through, and it is used figuratively to signify a revelation. So if someone comes to an epiphany or has an epiphany, it usually means they've made some sort of realization, some sort of discovery and knowledge that shines light upon something that was previously dark and ununderstood and mysterious to them. Therefore, the celebration of Epiphany is the celebration of the revelation of Christ. Specifically, it is the remembrance of the wise men's visit to the Christ child and the revelation of the gospel to the Gentiles. So if someone asks you, what is Epiphany about? It's about remembering the wise men's visit to baby Jesus and thus the revelation, the mystery of the gospel to the Gentiles. Now, I'll be preaching this narrative soon, so I'll spare you the details of the story, but remember that the wise men, or the magi, in other words, Gentiles from the east, they followed the star, the light in the darkness, in order to find and pay honor to the king who was born in Bethlehem. And so, during Epiphany, we remember that Jesus, the King of the Jews, is indeed the King of all nations. And thus, we remember our calling to take the gospel of Jesus to every nation. And so, for today's exhortation, I want to give you a few ideas to celebrate Epiphany this year. And in doing so, turn our hearts towards God's will for us as disciples of Christ and as ambassadors for His kingdom. So first, tomorrow, begin the day by giving thanks that you are a recipient of the light of Christ. That you who were once in darkness, on you a great light has shone. And having done that, resolve to let that light shine before others, that they may see and glorify God. Our family observes the tradition of baking a king's cake. And within the cake is hidden a coin or sometimes a small baby figurine, which that's a little creepy. And whoever finds the coin or the baby in their slice of cake gets to be the king for the day. Homemade crown and all. I think Hudson is undefeated in our family. This is also a good time to read the story of the visit of the Magi from the Gospel of Matthew. And as the season goes on, maybe you could choose missionaries that you can intentionally pray for daily. You may even consider making a donation to their ministry. If you need help finding someone to pray for, to donate to, Ace and I could help you with that. But this would be a regular reminder that the work of taking the gospel to the nations is still ongoing and that Christ is still sending His messengers to the four corners of the earth. And finally, view the darkness of sin and evil as being brought to an end by the light of Christ. The darkness has not and will not overcome the light. And so when you are tempted by pessimism and by despair and depression, preach to yourself the mission of God. Preach to yourself the good news of the kingdom of heaven, and remember that the Son of righteousness has risen as the darkness clears away. So now let us put away our apathy towards missions, our prayerlessness for our brothers and sisters on the front lines, and our skepticism toward the victory of Jesus Christ in history and in our lives, that the light of Christ might shine all the brighter. To Him be the glory, now and forevermore. Amen.